Welcome students for today's MEP lecture. Myself Archana Chaugule. Before we will start today's lecture, we will revise what we learned in the last lecture of MEP. We know that 8051 having different instructions. These instructions divide into different categories or the sets depending upon what type of operation they are performing. So in the last lecture, we learned three different types of instruction sets of 8051. First one, data transfer instructions, then arithmetic instructions, and the third one, logical or boolean expression instructions and rotate instructions. When we talk about the data transfer instructions, what it indicate? It only move or transfer the content from source to destination, means from one place to another place. Most commonly used example is move, MOV, then MOVC and MOVX. What is the difference between MOVX and MOVC? MOVC transfer the content of external code memory. MOVX transfer the content of external program memory. When we talk about the arithmetic instructions, it have ADD for addition operation instruction. Then it having SUB, that is for subtraction operation instruction. Then it have MUL for multiplication and DIV for division. All these instructions work with accumulator and the another register. It may be B. Then we learn logical or boolean instructions and rotate instructions of 8051. When we talk about the logical instructions, we have logical AND, logical OR and logical XOR instruction in 8051. Then we having different rotate instruction in 8051. There are four instructions for rotate instructions. First one, RL, rotate left. RR, rotate right. RLC, rotate left with carry. RRC, rotate right with carry. Now, what is the learning objectives for today's lecture? Today, we are going to learn more instruction sets of 8051. The first one, bit manipulation instructions, and second one, program control instructions. From the name itself, we can understand that what is the meaning of bit manipulation instruction. This type of the instructions, manipulating means performing the operation on the single bit. So with the help of these instructions, we can write the programming or we can write the instruction to perform the operation on the single bit. For example, CLR, clear. It will be work on the C, that is carry flag. So it is only one byte instruction and it requires only one cycle. That means if carry having 1, it will be clear the content of carry, replace with the 0. That is C stands to 0. That means now bit will become 0. Then we are having SET, set. If I am writing SETC, it will be set the carry flag. Means now carry contain the 1 bit. So with the help of CLR and SET, we can make the carry flag bits either 0 or 1. Then we are having CPL, complement. If I am writing CPL, it will complement the C. That means if C having the 0, it replace with the 1. If C having the 1, it replace with the 0. Means it take the complement of the bit. That is B stands to bit bar, which is shown in the table. Again, it require 1 byte and the cycle 1. Now, when we talk about the logical instruction, ANL or ORL, we can performing actually bit operations. That is bit manipulation operation. C dot B bar. Then if I am writing this AND, it will be AND C dot bit bar. If C having 0 and bit bar of that means 0's complement is 1. So 1 complement is 0. 0 and 0 answer will be 0, which will indicate the output of ANL instruction. When you talk about the ORL, logical OR operations, it will be performing C plus bit bar OR operation and give the output to the carry. These two instructions, ANL and ORL, are 2 byte instructions And how many cycles it required? Only one. When we talk about JC, jump if carry, that means if carry flag is set, that means 1, jump to the specified location. So this is actually conditional jump instructions which also performing beat operations. Same thing for JNC, jump if no carry. That means if carry flag beat is not set. If it is 0, it will be jump. So depending upon the condition of the carry, whether it is set or not set, when set or reset, JC and JNC will be performing the operation. Which operation? Jump to the specific location. It's a 2-byte instruction and it requires a 2 cycle. Same thing for jump if bit, JB. JNB means jump if not bit. That means if bit is set, in case of JB, it will be jump. In the case of JNB, it will be jump if bit is not set, means it is 0. Now, next instruction sets are program control instructions, which will be control the program. That means it can be compare something, and depending upon that, it will be perform the operation. It can be jump to the specific location. That jump may be the absolute jump, long jump, or short jump. Now, in the table, we can see that there are AJMP, LJMP, HJMP, which indicate absolute jump instruction, LJMP indicate long jump instruction, and HJMP indicate the short jump instructions. That means we can see how we are writing this instruction. Absolute jump address is 11-bit, long jump address is 16-bit, and short jump address is a reference address. How it will be calculated the short jump address? PC plus 2 plus reference is the PC value. Now, when you talk about the jump instruction, these are the absolute jump and the short jumps are 2-byte instruction. It requires 2 cycles, but long jump is a 3-byte instructions because address requires the 2 bytes and 1 byte is required to transfer that content. Then we having the absolute call and the long absolute call, that is for the call for the subroutine, and L call means long call, that is a long subroutine call. How we calculate the absolute subroutine call? PC plus 2 which give the stack pointer. In the L call, PC plus 3 gives the pointer, and then address 11 point to the PC, here address 16 point to the PC, means 11-bit address in A call, in the L call 16-bit address. RET return from the subroutine and RETI indicate return from interrupts. Then we have jump instruction J, Z, J and Z. This is conditional jump instruction. If A is equal to 0, jump to the specified address. If A is not equal to 0, means not 0, means it is 1, it will be jumped to the PC plus relative address. Reference address means it is here, REL stand for the relative address. Then we are having CJNE and DJNZ instruction. Now, what is CJNE? Compare with A, then jump to PC plus relative address if not equal. That means CJNE stand for compare jump if not equal. Means what it comparing? It compare the content of A, okay, with direct and then jump to the PC plus relative address if not equal. Then DJNZ decrement RN, then jump to PC plus relative address if not 0, means decrement jump if not 0. So it will first decrement RN here in this instruction because it mentioned DJNZ RN REL. Then jump to PC plus relative address if not 0. And NOP means no operations. So in short, this instruction will be control the programs with the help of doing some operations on the accumulators or transferring the control from one location to another location. That location may be 11 bit, maybe 16 bit, depending upon the requirements. That's why it is called the program control instructions. Now we will see in the detail what are the conditional jump instructions and unconditional jump instructions. When you go for the unconditional jump instructions, the name itself indicate that it will be jump or it's a branch instruction without checking any condition. So control transfer unconditionally to the target location. Long jump. How will write? LJMP. Now we know that LJMP is a 3-byte instructions in which the first byte is the opcode, second and third byte represent the 16-bit address of the target location. This 2-byte target address allow the jump to any memory location whose range is from 0000H to FFFFH. Here the program counter, that is PC, is a 16-bit giving a ROM address space of 64 kilobytes. Now when we talk about the next unconditional jump instructions, short jump. So in unconditional, short jumps are 2-byte instruction where first byte is a opcode and second byte is a relative address of the target location. Now what is the range for the relative address here? 00H to FFH, which divide into forward jump and the backward jump. Now here memory relative to address of PC is within the -128 to +128 bytes. That means it can be forward or the backward within the range is -128 to +28 bytes. The target address is within 127 bytes from the current PC if jump is forward. The target address is within the -120 bytes from the current PC if the jump is backward. Then some conditional jump instructions also called as a short jump instruction, which include JNC, jump if no carry, JZ, jump if not 0, and DJNZ, decrement jump if not 0. These are the example of conditional jump instruction which we can call as a short jumps. Next, AJMP, absolute jump instruction, which will be jump within 2K blocks. In AJump, is a AJump code address, where AJump unconditionally jump to the indicated code address. Here, the value of PC is calculated by replacing least significant byte of PC with second byte of the AJump instruction. Replacing bits of 0 to 2 of the most significant byte of PC with 3 bits that indicate the page of the byte following the AJump instruction. Then bit number 3 to 7 of the most significant byte of PC will remain unchanged. Only 11 bits of PC are affected by AJump. So, jumps may only be made to code located within 2K blocks as first byte that follows AJump instruction. So, absolute jump is jumping within the 2K blocks. How to calculating an address? We see that is calculated by the PC bits, where only 11 bits of PC affected by the AJump instruction. So the core address is within the 2K blocks. Then call instruction. There are long call. L call indicate the long call. It calls the subroutine located at the specified address. This instruction first add 3 to the PC, that is program counter, to generate the address of next instruction. This result is pushed onto the stack low byte first and the stack pointer incremented by 2. The higher order and the lower order byte of the PC loaded from the second and the third bytes of the instruction respectively. Program execution is transferred to the subroutine at this address when there is a long call. No flags are affected by this instruction. So what is the syntax? Lcall address 16. That means location of the address is 16 bit. It is a 3-byte instructions. How many cycles are required? 2. For example, lcall sub1 means its long call to the subroutine name is sub1. Then absolute call. It also calls the subroutine located at the specified address, no doubt. But PC is incremented twice to obtain the address of the following instruction. In long call, PC is incremented by 3, but here PC is incremented by 2 to address find out for the following instruction. The 16-bit PC then store on the stack, that is low order byte first, and the stack pointer incremented twice means by 2. No flags are affected. The address of subroutine is calculated by combining 5 high order bits of the incremented PC, that is a bit from A11 to A15, the 3 high order bits of ACALL instruction opcode for A8 to A10, and the second byte of the instruction for A0 to A7. Subroutine that is called must be located in the same 2 kilobytes block of program memory, and then opcode is following the ACALL instruction. So ACALL PC incremented by 2. Okay, it's absolute call. It's required 2 bytes. It required 2 cycle. ACALL label. It's absolute call to the label is the name of the subroutine. Now, what is RET and RETI? We learn. What is the RET? Return from subroutine. So, at the end of the every subroutine, we have to write down the RET. And if you are writing RETI, it returns from the interrupts. So, it pop the high order and low order bytes of the PC from the stack and decrement the stack pointer by the 2. Program execution resumes from the resulting address, which is typically instructions following ACALL instruction or lcall instruction. No flags affected by this instruction. This is a 1 byte instruction, but it requires the 2 cycles. I will write this RET only. So, what is the summary of today's lecture? We learned 2 different instruction sets of 8051, bit manipulation instructions and program control instructions. In the program control, most important instructions are the jump instruction, which includes conditional jump and unconditional jumps. So, when you talk about the bit manipulation, it will be possible to manipulate the single bit. So, it can be work on the ports, it can be work on the different registers. When we talk about the program control instructions, it controls the program by using different instructions, which includes long jump, absolute jump, short jump, which include long jump and absolute jump. Then it having the call instruction. In the call instruction, there is absolute call and the long call. What do you indicate this long and absolute? It indicate the size of the address. And this address is pointed by the TC. So, these are some special type of the instructions which are present in 8051. Through that, we can write the programs for 8051. This is a textbook, Masidi 8051 microcontroller and embedded system using assembly and C. According to the syllabus, there is third edition you have to use. I mentioned here some references. These reference websites are used when I am preparing this PPT for the lectures. Now, thank you. If you are having any question regarding the instructions of 8051, you can ask me. Here, I mentioned some instructions which you have to explain in the short. What is ACALL? What is lcall? What is LJMP? What is SJMP? What is AJMP? What is RET? What is CJNE? What is DJNZ? Orally, I will tell you. ACALL means absolute call, lcall means long call, LJMP means long jump, HJMP means short jump, AJMP means absolute jump. Means there are 2 call instruction, there are 3 types of the jump instruction. Then we are having RET, return from subroutine, CJNE, jump, compare, jump if not equal, DJNZ means decrement, jump if not 0.